Well, about 7 months ago, 6, 7 months ago, Charles and I had been going out for a year, and we had some rough times, so we decided to separate. And there was this guy, Antoine, that was a friend of mine. Well, Antoine and I sort of started dating. I found out that I was pregnant with Charles's child. We sat down and talked about it and decided to get back together. Antoine and I had only been together for a week. It wasn't like a serious relationship. I went over there to pick up a few of my belongings. He was really drunk, and he grabbed me by my stomach and my face and pushed me over a table. And because of that, I lost my baby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we decided to have a child again. And this was about a month ago. I lost another child, and it was because of the first miscarriage.
Whoa.
And they said that, like, if I get pregnant, I'll be lucky.
Whoa.
I'm
sorry. Here, let's get your
apologize.
So you wanted to come on. Whoa, here you go. I didn't realize you were this emotional about this.
I thought I was over it until
Yeah, I'm sorry. This has obviously hit you more than you thought, because you have a whole different emotion about this now. What do you...
I know.
You're surprised yourself that you're crying. I know. I didn't...
coming out. I was like...
Yeah. What hit you? Clearly there's something obviously driving you to be here.
I have to see him every day.
We live around him.
Yeah, I mean, he lives right down the street from us. And, like, I have to see him every single day.
So...
And I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not real forceful. So, like, I don't say anything, and, like, we just ignore him. But I just think it's really unfair that he did this. I mean, like, he stole money from me. I had bought a dog. I left, for a weekend, and I came back, and he had took that dog back and collected the money, never gave me money, never gave me my stuff, never apologized.
So you're here to confront him today, is that right? And you also, Charles?
I did confront the night that happened. I was at my mom's house, and I get a call, telling me to come over and check out what was going on. I went over there, and Katie was on the floor screaming in pain. Please make the pain stop. Please make the pain stop. I went to go talk to Antoine to find out what was up, and he was drunk, and he had like a 40 ounce between his legs. A physical altercation did come up. I beat him for 20 minutes, and then... It's not something I was really proud of, because I haven't been in a fight for a good 5, 6 years, but my my girlfriend at the time I was pregnant with my baby she ended up miscarrying because of it, so I don't know. I encountered him then, but like the weeks following that, I got all kind of phone calls saying stuff like, Charles, you're a punk, let's go ahead and solve this one-on-one, man-to-man. One time he told me to come over, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. When I get over to his crib, there's like 7 or 8 cop cars and cruisers and paddy wagons waiting for me while I get over there. So he does a lot of shady stuff, you know what I'm saying?
So what did you come here to do? Because, see, a lot of people come to our show wanting to put closure to something.
Right. I guess to kind of confront him and get him to admit what he did, because the people that we live around, they don't know what happened. I mean, this happened a good 6, 7 months ago, so no one really knows what happened. If he goes ahead and admits it, you know what I'm saying, lets everybody know what he really did. Okay. I guess I'll feel a little bit better about it.
So you want to stop all the fighting going back and forth, and you want to make sure that
I'll go to jail if I keep beating him up.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I run my own
business. As much as you
business.
feel it sometimes. Believe there isn't any of us who doesn't feel like whacking somebody every once in a while, but we just can't walk around and deal with problems that way. Why don't we bring Antoine out here so we can get to the bottom of this? Antoine, come on out, hon. Antoine, come on in and sit down. Antoine, a lot's been going on. How you doing?
I'm all right. Hi, guys.
We're going to talk to you about this mess that's going on. So Kathleen and Charles have a lot to talk with you about. Coming up also, when we got this next call from a concerned sister, well, we know that our show could certainly help. We're going to tell you how and when we meet our next guest right after this. She was having Charles's baby, and you went back to Charles. You lost the baby when what happened, which brings Antoine back in this picture and why you guys are so upset.
Antoine had, pushed me over a chair, and not a chair, like an ottoman table, and I hit my head against the wall, and then fell on the floor, and I went, into, a passing out stage, and, I was in the bathroom throwing up, and the doctor said that I had lost my baby to extreme force applied to the stomach. So, and they were really rude and cold about it. They told me what was left of my child had to be cleaned out of me. And
Antoine, I don't think you know what impact this has had on this couple.
Actually, I do. I mean, but like I said, well, I think emotion is playing a lot into this, okay? And I want my point to be heard.
Okay, make your point, because we've heard quite a story about you.
Okay. Well, some good, some bad, probably.
Well, give your side.
All right. Well, first of all, that night, you know, I think, you know, I had been drinking, of course, and we were arguing, so she seemed to like agitate the situation a little bit more. So I mean, it would probably been better if she would have left that night and not agitate the situation. As far as
trying to get her stuff,
hold on, I'm not done. Anyway, and as far as like, I'm not a medical doctor, you're not a jury, okay? Like I said, as far as like, if I am responsible for it, I mean, I think I do take some responsibility for it, but I mean, the dancing, the substance abuse and stuff like that plays a definite part in that too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with fetals, you know, abuses to the fetus, okay? But like I said, I mean, I take some part in this, but I'm not taking all the slack for this. I mean, that's really unfair.
Explain to us why you pushed her if you pushed her.
Okay. Well, I was drunk. She was
What'd you say, guys? Stand up and tell me.
I was telling them alcohol's never an excuse to hit anybody, especially a female, you know what I'm saying? Never.
Female, especially a pregnant
female at that.
How do we even know if she was pregnant? It's hearsay.
Well, now we do.
medical
we have
reports.
medical bills.
Actually,
Kathleen,
I
what?
think I even
I would
brought
like
it
to
with
see
me,
those medical
Rolanda.
bills, and
I think
you know.
I might have brought
You
it.
have them?
The last one.
All right. I know. I see it says it was a discharge from a physician that you did see an OBGYN. It actually doesn't say necessarily anything about pregnancy. Where does it say? But it does say that you did see an OBGYN at that time. But you guys, this is your opportunity. You called us. You asked for a platform for you to put closure to this business between the three of you. So I'm going to let you go on. Look at Antoine here and tell him what you came all this way from Ohio to say.
I just basically want an apology. I mean, because like we were friends, and like we have a picture of us earlier together that night where we were happy. I mean, like, you know, we were friends before we ever dated or hung out or anything like that. And we have a picture of us, like, not even like 2 hours before that. We were sitting there hanging out. Do you remember that picture that Chris took that night?
Yeah.
And like, we were friends. And like, I think it's really unfair. I was just getting my picture frame.
You just want an apology? Is that what you want?
I want an apology.
Can you give that, Antoine, so you can move on?
I'm sorry.
Well, Antoine, you've got the rest of the show to figure out whether or not you're going to apologize.